Hi, my name's Betsy, and this is the second class that has been designed for a very specific focus of introduction to Kripalu Yoga. Today, we are going to do one of my absolute favorite types of class, and it is yoga on the wall. Not every pose is on the wall, but the majority of them are, and it actually sounds really intimidating, but it's not. What doing yoga on the wall allows you to do is to feel into the actual pose. You can feel into your stretch, and you only go as far as your body says. So listen to your body, find your edge. There is no pain in yoga. And this is your practice on your mat at your home. So just follow along as best as you can. And if you have any questions at all, you can send me an email. It'll be at the very end of this video. Let's see, what else? I think we got it all. I just want you to have fun, and I am certified for both Kripalu and Yoga for Cancer. So enjoy. What I want you to do is find a blanket from your home. If it's not a yoga blanket, that's fine, but a blanket similar to this. And you want to sit where you have just the edge of your hips sitting on the edge, where you feel your hip slightly moving forward. You can cross your ankles, you can bring one knee up, whatever is comfortable for you. We'll also during this class need a wall, of course, and then a block or two. I think we'll only need two, but let's just be safe and make sure you have two blocks. If you don't have any blocks, feel free to use a stack of books. Anything that is stable, that won't slide, that you can use to bring the floor closer to you. So to start, let's sit comfortable, legs, your ankles crossed, or you can have one leg down again with one knee up, pulling in. You want a nice straight torso, extending the spine as far as you can, reaching out through the crown of the head, palms down on your knees, and gently close your eyes or a soft gaze, whatever you're comfortable with. And just notice your natural breath. Don't change it. Just notice the inhale. Notice the exhale. Developing body awareness, breath awareness. Nice long torso. Shoulders back and down. Again, reaching out through the crown of the head. On your next inhale, I want you to continue to notice your breath, but we're going to practice a meditation. We're going to do 10 of these breaths. I refer to this as the 4-4-8 meditation, breath meditation. What it does is it allows your body to go into the parasympathetic nervous system, where your nervous system calms, it relaxes your nervous system, and you actually can get into the parasympathetic nervous system if you do this for 10 minutes at a time. And while we're doing this particular breath, if you miss a beat, just start all over again. So nice, comfortable, seated position. You can do this laying down if you prefer. This is perfect to do in the morning before you wake up or before you get out of bed, and at night before you go to sleep. Noticing your natural breath still. And on your next inhale, inhale through the nose for a count of 4. Hold for a count of 4. And slowly exhale, just slightly parting your lips for a count of 8. Inhale through the nose, 2, 4, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale through the mouth, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Continue. Inhale through the nose. Hold. Exhale through the mouth for 8. Inhale, count to 4. Hold for 4. Gently exhale through the mouth for a count of 8. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Now do 3 more complete cycles, all on your own, to your own count. Last inhale. Now go back to your normal breath and gently open your eyes. How are you feeling? Do you feel a bit more calm, a little more relaxed, a little more present? So we're going to go into our warm-ups. Now in yoga, before we go into asanas, we always do 6 movements of the spine. So we're going to go through 3 individual warm-ups that will help you protect your spine. Every time we move the spine, whether it's forward or back, side to side, or a twist on each side, what we're doing is we're opening up different parts of the spine and allowing a synovial fluid in your body to go in between all of the different vertebrae in your back, and it helps to lubricate it. You are physically lubricating your spine as we warm up. So nice, comfortable seated position. Hands on your knees. Soft look towards the front of your mat. I want you to inhale, bringing your chin forward, shoulders back, opening up that chest. Nice arch in the back. And exhale, rounding the back, bringing the shoulders forward and tucking your chin. Inhale, forward. All of this is done very slowly, warming up the spine. And exhale, tucking everything back, belly button going towards the back of the spine. Inhale, forward. And exhale back. Inhale back up to neutral. Inhale arms down to the side. And exhale, relax your shoulders. Inhale, both arms up. And exhale, your right arm down and reach over to the side, stretching out your left side of your spine. You're condensing the right. And then inhale, and we're going to switch arms to the other side. Nice stretch, keeping your shoulders in line with one another. And exhale. Inhale, come back up. And exhale, over to the side. Inhale one more time. And we're going to do one more full round. Inhale, and then exhale, over to the side. Inhale up, very graceful, slow movements. Everything is mindful. And then gently exhale, and we're coming back up into neutral seated position. Now on this next move, place your hands on your knees. Then I want you to very gently raise your arms up and out to the side, and gently turning to your right, placing your right arm behind you, your left arm on the other side of your left or your right knee. And then inhale up and over to the other side. And exhale down, looking over your shoulder towards the wall behind you. Inhale up and exhale down. Inhale up and exhale down. One last time. Inhale up, all the way over. Nice big stretch, pulling as far as you can where you're comfortable. No pain. And then inhale up and exhale behind. And then inhale up and exhale back. We're going to do just a short shoulder exercise. We will be using the shoulders during the asanas today. So I want you to inhale, arms up, palms facing down. Bring your left arm to your right shoulder, your right arm to your left shoulder. And inhale, shoulders forward, elbows forward. And I want you to very gently exhale as you bring your arms up. And release nice, wide, slow movements of your arms. And back into neutral. Now inhale, arms up. Take your left hand, put it on your right shoulder, or on your whatever shoulder you did first earlier, and your left arm to your right shoulder. And actually, I think that's what we did before. So nope, this is it. All right, so your right hand first on your left shoulder, then your left arm over the other arm to your right shoulder. And then inhale. And as you exhale, slowly lift those elbows up. When you go as high as you can, release them. Nice, big, wide arms, very slow, warming up those shoulders. And then very gently come back to neutral. I want you to come forward into a tabletop. So we're going into a tabletop, and tuck your back toes. Bring your right leg forward, press into your thigh. Pressing in, I want you to straighten your back leg up into a lunge, and then we're going to step up into standing. Now we're going to the wall. I want you to stand tall, just right up against the wall. You don't have to have your body on the wall, but we're going to nice do a tall mountain pose. Feet hip distance apart. You want to have your feet carry equally the weight of your body. So you're from side to side in your balls of your feet and the heels of your feet. Lift your toes up and slowly drop them down. Keeping a slight bend in your knee, neutral pelvis, long torso, lengthen that spine, shoulders back and down, and arms to the side, reaching out through the crown of your head. And then slowly stepping forward, maintaining your mountain pose. Using 300 muscles in this mountain pose. And I want you to gently raise your arms up overhead and then very gently come into chair pose. You should have the backside of your hips just resting, barely resting on the wall, just touching it. If you need a little more balance, then rest your hips back there. You're still using all those muscles. We're strengthening the whole body and the core right now. This pose also helps to build bone mass. Three more breaths. Look down below. Make sure your ankles are directly below your knees, protecting those knees even when we use the wall. One last inhale. And exhale, arms down and standing back up. Wow. Can you feel it? Feels great. Now, bring your heels back towards the edge of the wall. In mountain pose. So make whatever micro movements you need. We're going to use the wall. You can lean up against it or just feel it. Just feel that energy between your body and the wall. And inhale, arms up. Interlace your fingers. And exhale, shoulders down. Inhale, nice tall body, shoulders still relaxed. And I want you to very gently come over to the right side, keeping your shoulders in line with your body. Inhale up. Exhale over to the side. Taking a breath in here. And exhaling. On your next inhale, come back up. Exhale. And bring your arms down to the side. One more time. Inhale up. Interlace your fingers. And over to the right. As you exhale, inhale up. And exhale over to the left. And inhale up. Exhale very slowly, bringing your arms back down. Okay. We're going to do something a little different. We are going to continue to warm up the shoulders. So what I want you to do, hang on, I want you to face the wall and then very slowly bring your right arm, so facing the wall, bring your right arm and turn sideways. You're going to have your left arm flat on the wall, coming only as far as you're comfortable. And if that is just here, then you allow it to be just there. And just use that wall to stretch out the front of your shoulders. Keep your hand either down to your side. You can use the wall to help brace, or you can put it on your lower back. A little bit more intense when you put it on your lower back. And then inhale, coming back to the wall, and exhaling, twisting the other way, nice shoulder stretch. Remember, you can use your hand to brace, finding your edge, no pain here. Hand to the side or on your back, pressing into the wall, nice shoulder stretch. And then gently release. Now, we're going to do a little bit of a balancing pose. When you do a balance pose, any of the asanas that are on your feet, you're actually building your balance, supporting those muscles, exercising those muscles that allow you to balance properly. And I want you to step about 1.5 feet away from the wall, whatever's comfortable for you. Your left hand up against the wall. Come into mountain pose with your left hand holding onto the wall, and then gently bend your right leg and extend your knee out. Bring your heel over to your ankle, the opposite ankle. So you're opening up your hips to the side, and then inhale, arm up. Use this arm for a little extra balance, hand on the wall to help stabilize, and then very gently bring your foot, the flat of your bottom of your foot, to your calf, or if you want, you can bring it all the way up to your thigh. Now, if you can't get to your thigh, do not put your foot on your knee, maintaining that mountain pose in your stabilizing leg and reaching out with your branch. And if you need to come down to your calf, you're still working those muscles. Bring everything to the center of your body. Notice how you can feel this stretch, feeling your body. Squeeze those glutes, squeeze those thighs into the center of the body, maintaining the alignment on your stable leg as mountain. Now very gently release. Just walk it out and then come back to center, into mountain pose, taking a deep breath, letting it out with a sigh. One more time. We're going to go to the other side. I'm sure you can feel one side feels a little bit different than the other. So we're going to go back to the wall. Your opposite hand is going to be on the wall just to stabilize. And if you don't need the wall, then you don't need the wall. But using the wall honestly allows you to feel that stretch a little bit more deeply. You want in mountain pose. And then just slowly shifting your weight over to your right leg, bending your left knee, turning your knee out to the side, bringing your left heel to your right ankle, maintaining that mountain pose on the stabilizing leg, and then bring your arm up, and then gently bring your leg up, bottom of your foot to your calf, or stay in sapling. It's perfectly fine. You're still using those muscles, and you want to gradually build those muscles up so that you can eventually come all the way up here, away from your knee, and maintaining the tree pose. I'm going to come back, and if you can't get all the way up to your thigh, it's okay. Sometimes it's just the way your body is made, how your bones fit together. Breathing into this. And on your next inhale, release and come back up. Now we're going to go onto the wall and do some very intimidating, for the most part, for beginner yogis. But these poses are so easy when you do them on the wall. and listen to your body. If your body doesn't want you to go into the full expression, go as far as you're comfortable. Remember, no pain. If you're feeling pain, I want you to lift up out of the pose. So we're going to come, excuse my backside, we're going to place our hands on the wall in mountain pose, feet about 1.5 feet away from the wall, basically the length of your arms. And I want you to gently walk one foot down, bring the hand down, walk the other down, and we're going to go all the way down to down dog on the wall. Now in down dog on the wall, remember, feet are hip distance apart. Keep your knees slightly bent. Lift that tailbone up to the corner of the wall behind you, pressing into the wall. Nice straight spine. Your elbows should be right along the side of your ears. Dropping that belly just ever so slightly. 3 more breaths, holding this gentle, smooth breathing. And on your next inhale, I want you to slowly walk up the wall. Now the next pose that we're going to do on the wall is going to be Warrior One. So we're going to go to the side of your mat. Now what I'd like for you to do is pick up your mat, and I want you to place it not quite on the edge of the wall, but really close. So you're going to move the mat right towards the wall, the length of the wall. Just like this. Place one block on one side of you, one block on the other. Just to have them handy. So we're going to take a deep breath in and exhale with a sigh. And then very slowly turn towards the wall. Place your hand on the wall. Bring your weight into your left foot. So your left shoulder will be up against the wall. Bring your weight into your left leg, maintaining that mountain pose. And then lift your right leg up and very gently, holding onto the wall just for a little support, I want you to step back. You should be stepping back about 3 feet behind you. Nice long torso, maintaining your torso upright. Pressing your back heel towards the floor, keeping that knee in the back slightly bent. And then if you can, release your hand from the wall and come into Warrior One. Now take a look, make sure you can see your big toe. Why? Because if you can see your big toe, it means your knee is directly above your ankle. Now very gently, staying close to the wall, using the wall to support you if you need it. Come into Warrior Two. Palms facing down, stretching your fingers to opposite walls. And easy breaths here. Check to make sure your front knee is directly above your ankle. Nice long extension of the leg, knee slightly bent. Your torso should be upright, shoulders facing the wall in front of you. Your hips are going to be slightly twisted. That's okay. One more breath in. And exhale. On your next inhale, hold on to the wall with your left hand and bring yourself back into Warrior. Now I want you to place your right hand on your left thigh. Bend the back knee and press up. Oh, how does that feel? Are you feeling one side has worked a little bit harder than the other? It has. We're going to fix that. Again, apologies for my backside. Now, if you have any water, and if you need a sip, grab your water. I always encourage people to bring water when they practice yoga, whether it's at a studio or online. So we're going to be standing towards the front of your mat, not quite. You just want to have enough room behind you to step back. Right hand on the wall, in mountain pose. Nice tall torso, feet firmly in the ground, and very slowly shift your weight into your right leg, lifting your left leg up, and then very slowly, as you breathe, step back into warrior one. Hand on the wall for support. You can raise one hand up, or if you're comfortable, raise the other. Squeeze the glutes, squeeze the thighs. And very gently drop that back foot, come into warrior two. And extend your fingers facing or stretching them out to opposite walls, palms down. Notice, is your front leg in line? Is your knee above your ankle? Keeping that back extended foot, so the knee bent on the leg. Reaching out, arms shoulder height, squaring your shoulders to the wall in front. Easy breaths. Holding this for 2 more breaths. One more. And very gently bring your right hand back to the wall and twist. Back up to warrior two, pressing your left hand into your right thigh between your hips and your knee. I want you to press, lean forward, bending that back leg, and stepping to match the front foot. And we're back into mountain pose. Inhale, arms up, and let's exhale very slowly, forward fold, halfway up, exhale down, wide opposite dive coming forward, and exhale, palms together to heart center. Keeping those shoulders warmed up. And I want you to come to your wall. You may want to pull your mat a little bit away from the wall because you're going to want to have the mat underneath your foot. We're going to face the wall, palms up. And remember what we did, downward dog. We're going to do the same thing. Step the right leg back, walk the right arm down, step left back. We're going to go just to the point where you keep your feet directly under your hips, knees bent, bringing your arms into down dog. Elbows should be on the side of your ears, lifting your hips up towards the wall, straight, long back. Then I want you to very gently shift your weight to your left foot and step your right leg back, bringing your toe to the ground. Now, if you are ready, you can stay in this position or lifting your leg up, and we're going into warrior three. Keeping that supporting leg in mountain, Your hips should be directly over your ankle, knee directly over the ankle. Bring your leg up only as high as you're comfortable. Using the wall to support you. I want you to very gently put the weight into your left arm and bring your right arm back. Pressing, feeling. If your body's shaking, you're using those muscles. Gently bring your arm back to the wall and slowly lower your leg. And let's step back up. Taking a nice breath. In mountain pose, facing the wall. We're going to inhale, arms up. Exhale, back down. Placing your hands on the wall. I want you to slowly walk back down into downward facing dog. Legs, your feet hip distance apart, keeping those knees bent, bringing your hands down only as far as you can. In this pose, we keep the head slightly above the heart, shifting your weight to the right leg, and then exhaling, stepping back, taking a breath in. On your next inhale, lift your leg up. Easy breaths here. If this is painful, I want you to bring your foot back to the ground, pressing into that wall. On your next inhale, pressing your weight into your right hand, into your right leg. I want you to very gently bring your left arm to the side, stretching long. Notice how you're stretching that body. What is your body saying to you? If it's telling you to ease up, I want you to ease up. And inhale, bringing your arm, back to the wall. And gently bringing your leg down, walking up. That was a workout. But you had the wall to support you. You were able to go into your expression of the pose, even if it wasn't the full expression. Now very gently bend down. I want you to take a block on each side and put it about 6 inches away from the wall. You can adjust it later if it's not what works for you. Standing in mountain pose, we're going to step back just a little to the wall. If you're more comfortable with your mat up underneath you, you can make that adjustment and move your mat a little bit behind you. We are going to slightly stay away from the wall. I want you to inhale, turning your right leg slightly to the side and bending down, grabbing onto your block. Now your hip should be directly above that foot, your right foot. I want you to put your weight into your right foot and very gently raising your left leg up and opening up your chest, going into half moon. Now, I have my hip resting right up against the wall, but my leg and my arms are not on the wall, freestanding, holding themselves up. If your leg only wants to go up this high, that's okay. If you're having any shoulder issues and you can't extend your arm up all the way, it's okay to bend your arm, bend your elbow with your hand on your shoulder. But if you can do the full expression, congrats. Easy breaths here, keeping that supporting leg slightly bent at the knees. Opening the shoulders. You should be stacking the shoulder one on top of the other in line with your body. Easy breaths. If your body tells you to come out of this, please come out. And I want you to gently exhale, bringing your hand forward and stepping back up, pressing into that block and standing in mountain pose. Nice, firm footing on the ground, slightly bent knee, neutral hip, long torso, shoulders back and down, reaching out through the crown of your head. And just notice, how are you feeling? What is your body saying to you? Always listen to your body. Do you feel a little lopsided? I know I do. So we're going to inhale, raising the arms up, and slowly and mindfully exhaling, palms down, arms extended. And we're coming back into mountain pose. Shifting your weight to your right leg. I want you to shift your left leg facing parallel, the foot parallel to the wall. And then very slowly reaching down, grabbing that block and stepping your foot right behind you. Now, if this is as far as you can go, that's okay. Listen to your body. If you want to bring your leg up even higher, awesome. If you need to adjust your blocks, adjust your blocks. And then inhale, arm all the way up, using that wall to support you. You can look straight out in front of you. If you really want to test your balance, look up towards the ceiling. Easy breaths here. This is fantastic for building balance. And use the wall as long as you need to until your body says you're ready to do it without the wall. Helps you build bone mass. One more inhale. And on your exhale, bring your leg down, bring your arm down, and press into that block and lift yourself up. Now, often we're told one leg is longer than the other. I have a solution for you. We're going to take one block. This is our pretty much the last pose we're doing on the wall. I want you to place that block about 6 inches away from the wall. Left shoulder to the wall. I want you to step your left foot on the block. If your foot does not fit on one block, bring 2 of them and place your foot right into the center. And I want you to lift your body up using that wall to help support you and shifting your hips into mountain pose. And you can even bring your hand this way or bring it out this way, whatever is comfortable for you. Nice tall mountain pose, but the right leg is dangling, toes pointing, just barely touching the ground. Keeping your shoulders straight. I want you to gently inhale, bringing your foot forward, pointing that toe, squeezing those glutes, squeezing those thighs, and exhale very slowly, bringing your leg back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. And note, keeping that upper body, the torso and your shoulders and your head straight as possible, keeping a slight bend in your stabilizing leg. One more time, forward, and exhale back. And gently step down. Now what this particular exercise does is you're using the muscles right here in your hip section and you're stretching it out. So again, We're going to feel slightly lopsided. Standing in mountain pose, foundation of every standing pose. And then we're going to go gently to the other side, placing your hand on the wall to stabilize, stepping up on that block. I have to be careful of my picture. I don't want to knock it off the wall. And in mountain pose, I want you to gently inhale, coming forward, and exhale back. Inhale forward, and exhale back. 2 more on each side. Inhale forward, squeezing those glutes, and exhale back. Inhale forward, 1 last exhale back. And then coming to center and coming down off of the block. Now we're going to go to the floor. If anybody has issues getting down on the floor, I'm going to show you a trick. I'm going to do it sideways, but you can do it in any direction you want. Place the blocks right in front of you. Now I want you to stand bending over them. Just like this, flat back, knees slightly bent. And I want you to lift your right leg, stepping back and bringing your knee down to the ground. Doing the same with the left leg, and then very gently coming onto your hips. Now, we're not going to use the blocks at this moment. Now, we're going to do a figure 4 on the wall. Before we step, before we shift and face to the side, in this particular pose, I want you to really listen to your body. The figure 4 on the wall opens up your hips. So if you have a lack of flexibility in the hips, so important, listen to your body. Only go into the pose as far as you can without feeling pain. So we're going to very slowly shift. And you want your hips up against the wall as close as you can get them. And then bring your foot up as you gently use your elbows to get down flat on your back. Now you can keep your feet slightly bent with your bottom of your feet flat on the ground, or you can go even further, bringing your feet down as far as you can, almost as if you're in a wall squat. Very gently pressing with your left leg, bringing your right leg over. I want the just above your ankle and just above your thigh, where your right leg will connect with your left. Very gently notice, how is this feeling? Do you need to ease up a little bit? If you need to, bring your foot up a little bit more on the wall. If you're okay, come all the way down. You should be feeling this stretch right at your glutes. Bringing your hand, one in between your legs and the other on the outside of your left leg. Interlace your fingers. And then slowly take your foot off the wall and press the feet towards your chest, or leave them on the wall. Listen to your body. 2 more breaths here. One last breath. And exhale, releasing your arms. Let's bring them out to a T. Nice stretch, bringing the shoulders to the ground, releasing that foot and bringing it to match your left foot up on the wall. Remember, bring it up a little higher. Now in this pose, not only are we stretching and providing a nice stretch in the hip area. We're also activating your lymphatic system. So bring your left leg just above your knee, but you don't want your foot resting there. You want to bring it where just above your ankle. And you should feel that nice stretch on your left hip, the glutes. And bring your arms around the leg. Interlace your fingers and remove your foot, and only if your body wants you to. And bring your knee of your right leg towards your chest, bringing your legs towards your chest, feeling that stretch even more. Easy breaths, smooth, easy breaths. One more inhale. And exhale, bringing both feet to the wall. And I want you to gently roll over to your right side. And if you have blocks handy, if you need them, we can use the blocks to help get yourself up off the ground, or just use your regular arms to pull you up. Now we're going to go into a position on the wall. So I'm going to pretend this is the wall right here, just so I can keep facing you. I want you to extend your right leg out, toes flexed. You should be facing the wall, or if you don't want to use the wall in this pose, that's perfect. Bring your foot here. If you can, bring your other foot to the edge of the mat. I need to move just slightly. There we go. So nice, tall torso, shoulders back and down. And I want you to gently come forward. You can bring your hands right in the center, keeping your shoulder back, keeping your spine straight, coming as far forward as you can. Some people are not built to move in this position. It's basically where your hips and your leg bone meet. You could be very tight there. Just could be your bone formation is not going to allow you to move forward much further. So extending forward. If you have your feet on the ground, use that wall for a little bit of resistance. Easy breath here. And gently walk yourself up. I'm going to go into a seated butterfly, so bring your right leg in. I want you to put your back flat up against the wall. Let's bring the feet straight out. So your shoulders should be flat on the wall, hips flat on the wall. And gently lift bend your knees out to the side, bottom of your feet together. Now if you want a real stretch in the thigh, bring your heels closer to your hips. If that's a little too intense, if that's a little too intense for you, walk your foot a little further away and you'll feel the tension leave. Something else you can do. You can take a block, place it right up underneath your knees, but all the time you're doing this, nice straight torso, shoulders back and down. You can even place your hands on your knees. Nice seated butterfly. Using that wall, making your body straight. Your upper body should be perfectly in line with the wall. Should be a slight gap from your hip to your upper back. There should be a little air pocket right in here. That's okay. That's how it should be. If you're feeling a little more stretch, that you need more stretch, bring those heels back in. Palms facing up if you need a little bit more energy. And exhale, and let's release. Removing the blocks and then slowly stretching your legs out in front of you. Now we're going to do one of my favorite savasanas. I'm going to move my water out of the way. So take your blanket and let's open it up onto the floor. Keep another blanket nearby in case you want to use it for resting your head on. Let's put your left hip right up against the wall. Hang on 2 seconds. So your left hip right up against the wall, knees bent into the chest. I want you to bring your right arm back behind you with the elbow pushing away from you. Same with your left hand. And then slowly bring your upper body, twisting it towards the middle of the room. Bring your left leg up. And slowly bring your right leg up. Come down onto your elbows. And then slowly bring your legs up on the wall and walk your hips towards the wall. Now this is legs up the wall. This activates your parasympathetic nervous system. It's also incredible for lymphatic fluid drainage. Extending your arms out to the side if that's comfortable. You can rest them on your stomach, on the top of your torso. If you need a little bit more support for your head, you can bring a blanket and rest your head. Or, even better, put the blanket right on top of your stomach. And that helps to bring your parasympathetic nervous system in gear as well. And remember, parasympathetic nervous system is where you heal. You can also bring your arms out into cactus pose and just relax them. And we're going to sit here for a few minutes and relax. If you fall asleep, I promise I'll try to wake you up. Smooth, easy breaths here. It's not uncommon to hear somebody snore around this time during a yoga class. Now, if you do this outside of the class, if you do legs up the wall on your own at home, I don't recommend that you leave yourself in this posture more than 10 minutes. Build up to the 10 minutes is always recommended. In this posture, we're allowing your cardiovascular system to also rest, because it's not being required to pump the blood into your legs. We're relaxing your nervous system. Very gently start to wiggle your toes and your fingers. Start to rotate your wrist and your ankles. Reverse the direction. And then extend your arms way overhead, laying palms on the bottom back of your hands on the ground. Extending that torso, making it longer. And then slowly removing anything on your, if you have a blanket on your belly, let's remove that and bring your knees into your chest. And then very slowly roll over to your right side. And let's sit here for just a second to relax. Extend your hand overhead, taking a breath or two. And when you're ready, pressing your upper body up with your hand, we're going to come into a seated position. Into a nice, comfortable seated position. How are you feeling? I hope you're as relaxed as I am. We're going to inhale, nice tall body, arms to the side. And exhale, relax your shoulders. And inhale, arms slowly coming up, looking up to your hands, palms together. And exhale to heart center. Pressing very gently into your hands. We're going to do a big inhale in a second, and then we're going to do one Om to end the class. We're going to inhale. As you exhale, Om. May your thoughts be positive. May your words be kind. May your heart be filled with love. Namaste. And I have to say, hi, Joshua and Brooke, my 3- and 5-year-old grandchildren. I love you. Thank you for doing my yoga. Bye, babies. Thank you so much for joining. Bye.